Hello, dear listeners. Welcome back to another episode of STEM Botany Bytes. Today, we're going to dive into a topic that's often seen in a negative light but has a fascinating twist: viruses. Yes, you heard it right, viruses. While we usually think of them as harmful, destructive agents, there's more to their story, especially when we look at their role in plants and even humans. So, let's uncover both the harmful and surprisingly helpful sides of viruses. We'll begin with how they negatively affect plants, and later, we'll discover how they can actually be beneficial in some cases. Let's start by talking about the damage viruses cause to plants. It's no small issue. Did you know that plant viruses cause over $30 billion in losses every year? That's right, $30 billion. It's not just the numbers that are alarming. These viruses don't just stop at cultivated crops. They affect natural vegetation too. Take, for example, the tulip-breaking virus. Have you ever seen those beautiful tulips with their stunning striped petals? Well, those stripes are actually the result of a viral infection. The tulip-breaking virus disrupts pigment formation in the flower, creating those signature patterns. It's amazing how something so beautiful is the result of a virus, but beneath that beauty is a plant struggling with impaired growth. But that's not the end of the story. Let's shift gears and see how viruses can actually play a positive role. Believe it or not, they do. Let's head over to the oceans, where viruses are silently working to keep marine ecosystems in balance. In fact, a whopping 90% of living material in the oceans is microbial, and viruses play a key role in recycling that microbial life. They break down dead or decaying matter, ensuring nutrients are returned to the ecosystem. Now, let's come back to land. In extreme conditions like droughts or freezing cold, some plant viruses actually help their hosts survive. How do they do it? By increasing the sugar levels in the plant, which helps retain water and resist the cold. Think about that. In a world where water is scarce or temperatures drop dramatically, it's a virus that can step in and help plants cope. Now, let's move from plants to humans, where we encounter viruses in a very different role. Did you know that certain benign viruses can actually protect us from deadly diseases? For instance, the GB virus C can delay the progression of AIDS in individuals with HIV. It doesn't cure HIV, but it buys time. And there's more. Studies have shown that GB virus C can reduce mortality in patients with Ebola. It's as if these benign viruses are acting as undercover defenders inside our bodies. And speaking of defense, let's talk about phage therapy. Phage therapy is like a precision-guided missile that uses viruses to specifically target and destroy harmful bacterial infections. Imagine a future where instead of antibiotics, which are becoming less effective due to resistance, we use viruses to combat bacterial infections. And here's something exciting from the world of cancer research: oncolytic viruses. These viruses are specially engineered to attack and kill cancer cells, leaving the healthy cells untouched. Researchers are hopeful that oncolytic viruses could offer a less toxic, more targeted cancer treatment in the future. Finally, let's not forget about vaccines. Plant viruses are now being explored as ideal candidates for vaccine production.
Why?
Because they don't infect mammals, meaning they're safe to use as vaccine platforms. Imagine plant viruses helping us create vaccines that save lives. So, there you have it, the dual nature of viruses. They can be destructive, no doubt. But under certain circumstances, they also serve as protectors and problem solvers. From helping plants survive in extreme conditions to aiding in human health through phage therapy and cancer treatment, viruses are far more complex than we once thought. Thank you for tuning in to today's episode. I hope this journey into the world of viruses has given you a fresh perspective on how they impact both plants and humans. Negatively, yes, but also positively. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring the incredible world of botany and beyond.